We're at Boston Fiber Company in the South End neighborhood of Boston, Massachusetts. This store has so much locally dyed yarn, and they even have their own yarn line. Let's go check it out.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the owner of Boston Fiber Company.
And we're going to take a tour. All right, where do you want to start?
Okay. Well, I really want to show you our $5 sale section.
Ooh, okay.
So this is it's very sad looking right now, but normally it's very full. But I still wanted to show it to you because this is also, you talk about community a lot.
Yeah.
And this is all donated yarn. So it's we've had people who are like moving and cleaning out their stash, people who are like, we have a lot of older women who are like, I have this yarn from the 80s that I'm never going to do anything with because I want to buy more yarn. And so we take it all, and everything is $5. And like, no matter the quality, we were doing $5 and $10, but it just seems like nicer to do $5 for everybody. So that like everybody can afford yarn of like any level. So we have stuff from like, we have some like acrylic, like, we have some like Lions brand, some other stuff, but then we also have like this is a kit with hand-dyed yarn from Canada. So there's lots of stuff. It's a range of everything and
ever-changing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so you aren't guaranteed to find anything in here.
Yeah.
But there's always something, and it's great for our, Boston's such a college town.
Yeah.
So like a lot of college kids are like, I want to crochet, but I'm a college kid.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so it's been really nice.
What do you have back here?
So this is our other sale section.
Okay.
So this is really trying to clean out some summery yarns. Nice. So it's a lot of like really bright colors right now. But anytime also we only have one skein of something left, we put it over here and mark it down 25% off. So there's a real range of like.
I didn't even realize that because I feel like a lot of times you see a sale section like towards the back of the store. And this I just thought was wonderful yarn that you're showing. And obviously it's still wonderful yarn. I don't mean to say that. But like this is great.
Yeah. Wow. So we originally did have it in the back of the store, but it was kind of dark. And we were like, okay, we could put in lights. And then it just seemed like this part of the store, we were kind of messing around with what could go in here.
Yeah.
And it's like our silly little sticker shelf. So every time like any of us travel or go anywhere or get free stickers, we put them on here.
Stickers, cute.
So we're slowly, like the side over there is totally covered and we're slowly filling in everything else.
Gosh. Oh, it is. I love it.
Yeah. And like, so if I get like if somebody comes in and just like gives us stickers, which we get a lot, we put them up there. And so that's been really fun. And so I don't know, it just never worked as like a place to sell. Like we had kits in there and books and it just wasn't doing anything. And it seemed to be, instead of being like going to the dark back corner to shop your sale section, now we have this and it's been really nice. So we also have a trunk show. So this is Beach Bum Yarn, who's local. And yeah, we do trunk shows with a lot of people, but kind of prioritizing local dyers has been really nice. And she sent all this like Halloween-y stuff. So this is kind of our Halloween, our trunk show / Halloween table.
Fluffy ghost.
I know, isn't that really cute? And then we also have these bags that are a local bag maker makes them.
Oh, I didn't know she was local.
And
love their
she was
bags.
here for like a talk a couple weeks ago. And she did like a pop-up trunk show and then she left some things. But she hand stamps, hand paints everything. It's all hand sewn.
These are cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. That's her new design.
I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah. And then, do you want to keep moving?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Yeah, okay. So we have other trunk shows happening too. So this is our Della Q trunk show.
Nice.
I'm trying very hard for us to become a bag store, and we are not a bag store, which is really funny. I love knitting bags, and we sell like Krista's bags, and we sell our tote bags, and that's kind of it for bags.
Nice.
And so brought in Della Q, which is really nice, just to like hopefully help people branch out to more bags. So yeah, everything in the store is organized other than the front section. Everything is organized by weight.
Nice.
So hopefully you come in and you kind of know what you're looking for. We get a big range of like really beginners. So some people come in and they'll be like, I don't know what I need.
Yeah.
I've never made this. I'm watching a YouTube video. Can you tell me what worsted means? And I'm like, okay, all right, over there.
You got them labeled. I can see it's painted on the walls, which is nice.
So we have, I mean, most importantly, our in-house dyed stuff.
Yes, I want to learn more about this.
Yes. So, well, this is the story. It's really nice.
Oh, it is.
So one of my employees, McKenna, is our in-house dyer.
What?
And we started last year with just like a really simple collection. So this is like our main color. This is the BFC color. So that's around all the time.
I love
And then we had like an orange. We really don't have anything left. We had an orange. We have an orange, and we had like a pink, and we had a couple blues.
Okay.
And we are going to bring back more, but it just gets shopped, which is really great.
Yeah,
I love to see it.
Good.
And then we also did a Pride collection, and this is maybe the only remnant of our Pride collection. It's our Chapel Roan colorway, and so we did like 6 colorways for our Pride collection, and we're going to do a Christmas collection coming up.
Oh, fun!
Probably for like mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll have that through the holiday season.
And where is McKenna dyeing yarn?
So she dyes it out of her house.
Oh, cool.
And so she's right outside. She lives right outside of the city.
Nice.
And she also has her own yarn collection.
Oh, okay.
Which I have a little bit over here. So Honey and Quill is her own yarn company.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's so pretty. And you can kind of tell, like, I don't know, she just does like these pastels so beautifully.
Yes.
And it's been really nice. She kind of started on her own. And then I was like, and she was working for me. She was a regular who became like an employee because I had her teaching. And I was like, you're really good at dyeing yarn. And I hate dyeing yarn. So, but I really like coming up.
You tried it, right?
Yeah. I tried it. It's not for me. But I really like naming colors.
Yeah.
So I was like, you can dye it and I will name everything.
So how does it work? Do you give like input on colors and kind of a vibe?
So usually I'll make a like mood board in Canva, which is very fun. And then send her. I mean, my process is I come up with like the names of them because I love a silly name.
Yeah.
And so I'll be like, okay, this is the name. And then I'll try to like find inspiration. And then I send her like a mood board with kind of colors that I want her to pick out.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I love a local yarn. So you have, I see some fingering weight bases, but what are these? They look non-superwash maybe?
They are non-superwash. So this is it's a fingering weight base. We have a DK too. I would say it's closer to a sport.
Mm-hmm.
The DK is kind of closer to a worsted, but technically fingering in DK. And it's named Helen after my grandma who taught me how to knit because it is soft. It's merino, so it's a little soft, but then it also has like a little rusticy Romney in it.
Nice.
And the Romney is local.
Can I feel
Romney.
it?
Yes.
Oh, it's local.
Yeah. So it's 50% local wool.
Nice.
But it's kind of, my grandma was soft and fuzzy with me and not as soft and fuzzy with anybody else. So that's why it's named after her. I think she would like it anyway too. But
and this is your South End colorway, which is the neighborhood that we're in?
Yes. So we're in the South End.
Okay.
We're in the SOA part of the South End, but so is just what they say to make it sound cool.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
very cool.
Yeah. So we did, that's our South End colorway. This is one of my favorites. It's Alston Christmas, which is the day that all the college students move in.
Oh.
So it's September 1st. So in Boston, most of I think it's like 70% of all leases start on September 1st. So September 1st is like the worst day of the year. But everybody puts all their stuff out on the streets because they're like panic moving. They don't know what to do. And so there's just, if you need free furniture, it's the day to go shopping for free furniture. So it's Alston Christmas. So I wanted to name one Alston Christmas.
That is so cool.
I also want to show you this yarn. So I don't know if you have seen possum yarn before.
I don't know if I have.
So it's an Australian company.
Okay.
Circus Tonic. And this is like, so I'm always like, I'm a local. We're doing all local. Everything's from the Northeast, but I really like working with Circus Tonic. So, but this is their possum, their New Zealand possum yarn. So it's 20% possum, 80% merino.
It's light.
It's really light. It's technically a fingering weight. I find it like a tiny bit scratchy, but it's also like beautiful to knit with. And I got it because I had a customer who's really into it. And it's been every time people see it, they're like, is this really possum? And I'm like, yeah, it's really possum. Right. Wild Violet is local. So we have a Wild Violet trunk show too now.
Yeah, you got a lot.
She'll actually be here today. So you'll get to meet her.
Fun.
And she's one of my first one of my first trunk shows as like my own store. And I don't know, it's been really nice to like watch her grow as we grow. And her colors have become like just so beautiful. And I love
garden.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's really nice. I really love her stuff. We also have Dirty Water Dye Works. Who we have a trunk show. We have some of her stuff on the wall. She's a really established local dyer. She's been around for forever.
Okay.
And she just does like these like beautiful solids, and she has hundreds of colors.
Wow.
And I love all of our local dyers. I love working with her because I can also be like, I want to do a trunk show. Can you just bring bags of things? And she'll bring bags of things.
That is awesome.
Yeah. We also have Rhapsody,
okay.
who is another local person, and this is like a cotton wool blend.
Oh.
And I have a slight wool allergy.
Okay.
Which is
ironic.
When you own it. Yeah. You own a yarn store, but I love yarn. So I'm always like, and I can wear wool now. It's not bad, but
having like a blend is nice.
Having a blend is so nice. Yeah. And so I like being able to show off what's not going to be as scratchy.
Yeah, definitely.
And for customers who are like, well, I can't buy wool because I'm allergic to it. It's like, well, actually, you can buy cotton.
Yeah.
You can buy other things. And so this is our sport weight section.
Okay.
And then this is another local dyer. They're in Vermont, so not super, super local, but it's Junction Fiber Mill.
Oh, nice.
And they do just like these really pretty marled.
This is so fun.
Yeah. Our DK section, we have a little less local stuff.
You have a lot of fiber. Are you a spinner?
I am not, but we have tons of spinners. And also felters. And so Genevieve has been doing like more like we have the felted art on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So they do stuff like that. And then we have our living room.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, I love our living room. So yeah, we have lots of seating. We really can fill out this space pretty easily. We have our calendar up here. We change it out every month. This is September though. And we try to do classes almost every day. Sometimes like Sundays, because we have our knitting group, we don't do classes. But actually I think after the market's over, we're going to do classes on Sundays too, which I'm really excited about.
Wow.
Because a lot of people have been into evening, like later in the evening classes. And it's been interesting to see that people want to take classes at like 7 p.m. because I'm like, don't you want to be in bed?
After work, they want to
they want to come hang out. So we have a Loopy Mango trunk show right now. With
nice.
Just Loopy Mango garments. Garments and finished things. So this is like my favorite one from them. It's their worsted. So it's summer. It's just really soft.
Oh, it is.
You feel
it this?
Yes.
Oh,
and we have it in like some crazy bright colors. It just knits up really nicely. Yeah, we always have Loopy Mango. They're like kind of one of our staple brands. So this is also all local people.
Oh.
So Genevieve, who's my employee who does all the felting, is also a jeweler. So this is all of their stuff.
Wow.
Other than the alpacas, but everything is theirs. So we just have like this place to show off. Did you want to look at the bulky?
Sure.
So we have this is our in-house stuff. So this one doesn't have a tag, but it's named Jenny after my dog that I had growing up.
Oh.
Because she was a real sausage. And so it's like very thick and bulky. Yeah, so that's our in-house stuff. We don't have as much local in the bulky section.
You have another base too?
Yeah, so this is just Walter. It's just 100% merino. So it's our Walter bulky. And then we also have more of Kira's hand spun yarn.
Oh, wow.
So pretty. Yeah.
That's cool.
I really love it. I have a niece who's my new niece. She's almost 9 months old, and I made her, she has the most expensive wardrobe for like a 9-month-old, and I made her a sweater out of this yarn.
Oh, nice.
She hasn't worn it yet. It's for her first birthday, which is in January.
It'll be colder then.
But it'll be colder then. But also I was like, she deserves it. She deserves a nice hand-sewn sweater. Yeah.
So I would love to know what made you want to start a yarn store and when did you open the store?
So I worked for another store that was here called Bead and Fiber that was beads and yarn. And I just quit my job working for Anthropologie, and I had like traveled, and then I was kind of trying to figure out what I was doing next. And I just walked in one day, and it was owned by somebody I worked at Anthropologie with. And she was like, our knitting teacher just quit. We need a new knitting teacher. And I was like, great, I'm here. I came on as a knitting teacher and then took on more stuff. And then COVID happened. So it shut down. And then I was kind of running things behind the scenes. And I was like, it's kind of like we can grow it as a bead shop or grow it as a yarn shop, and probably not both at the same time. We were in our old space, which was about half the size of this space. So it just like wasn't enough room.
Wow.
Yeah. So a couple years in to like COVID stuff, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to like do my own thing. And it worked out because I could buy out the stock that was there. I got to stay in the same place.
So you took over the store.
I took over, but then it kind of became, so the Bead and Fiber was the bead place. And they moved. So Bead and Fiber stayed open, and we were like our new company.
Yeah.
We opened a couple years ago, and it was kind of nice because I got to ease into owning a yarn store, which is the way to do it, I think.
That's amazing. So when you kind of reopened over there, did you open as Boston Fiber Company? Yeah. You kind of like rebranded?
So we rebranded our own thing, and it worked out. I mean, I kept one of the employees for myself. They're the best.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. And then when did you move over into this new space?
We moved over here. I was just talking about it with somebody the other night. I think it was technically mid-July, but realistically it was the beginning of August of 2023.
Okay. So just over a year.
So just over a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
This space is fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than your last space.
It's bigger than our last space, and our last space is beautiful. It has all windows all around it. So it's a beautiful space, but it was really hard to be a store there.
What is like having a bigger space allowed you to do?
Definitely. So in the old space, we basically had 2 walls that we could put things on. Oh, wow. So just having like wall space has changed everything. Our seating area has been able to expand. We brought in, so before we just had a chair and a couch, we brought in a second couch, more chairs. And our knitting groups have grown so much that in the old space, we had our seating area in with like some of the bulky yarn, and it would be like nobody could shop. They'd be like climbing over people. So it's been really nice to have like a separate space. We didn't have a back room in that space, so it was also like always messy.
Yeah.
It's just been so nice to be over here.
Well, speaking of community, what kinds of classes or different events do you have?
We do classes basically every day of the week. We do like learn to crochet, learn to knit, kind of basic classes, and then trying to mix in some more advanced classes. We have a sweater class going. We've been doing the little, the doodle decks, and there's the cup cozies.
Yes.
So we've been doing a class for that, and that's been really popular. We did like some Halloween ones. We're going to do some like Christmassy holiday ones coming up. And
classes just like back here?
Yeah, we just hang out back there. Some of them, so we do like felting. That has to be at the table because of the needles. But we've done felting classes with like local artists. And then my employee who I got from the bead store, they started as a jeweler and are now felting and knitting. And so they're also doing some felting classes and also some like weaving type classes, just different. We're like branching out into different arts and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
So is this table open?
Usually it's open. Yeah. So usually we have, this is like our dining table and we have it open. And sometimes there's like a few things on it, but it's usually totally open.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then do you have regular meetups throughout the week?
Yes. So we do second and fourth Fridays is our sip and stitch. So we have like wine and snacks. It's really fun. And it's a very fun crew. And we've been doing that, I think, since we opened. And then beginning of 2023, I started Sunday ones because originally I wasn't doing Sundays because there's the market here every Sunday from May to October. And that just,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So it goes a long time and it's really busy, which is great. But also it was hard to like figure out if we were going to have people here. And then we kind of started in the winter because the market's not happening to have Sundays. And it's just kept going and it's grown so much and it's really nice. And now that we're in this space, it's okay to have like 30 people in the back. And
oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And those are like our free hangout groups. And then we have classes. We have a work in progress support group that I'm trying to get going.
Cool.
So yeah.
And you have a little space outside right here,
yes,
too.
we do. So that has been like an ongoing project trying to get that. So there's a table out there, but trying to get more seating and everything out
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's a fiber festival here.
Yes.
Is that something that you're involved in?
Yeah, so I run it.
Okay. I thought so because the logos are really similar. And I was like, wait a second.
It's the same. It's the same logo.
I keep almost tagging the fiber festival when I'm trying to tag
really
the
funny.
shop and I'm like, oops.
No, it's really close. So I was originally going to like get a logo design for it. But that ended up being so expensive. And we're like on a bare bones budget right now.
That makes sense. I just was like, I'm seeing a connection here. So I need to ask.
No, we run it. And yeah, we did it a few weeks ago. It was
Where
awesome.
is it? Is it like out here?
Just up on the street here.
Oh, cool.
So as the market's happening today, you'll see they'll set up some tents out here. And we were all down the street. And then we had a couple people down here. It was really nice. We had 20 something vendors.
That's big.
Yeah, it was great. And then the other market is happening, so we didn't have to like coordinate food or anything.
That's cool.
So I love that.
And you have like crossover, like people that might wander over and see. So did you have a lot of yarn dyers and like knitting and crochet related things, or was it a mix?
So it was mostly yarn dyers.
Nice.
We had like one person doing like soaps and lotions. We had another person who had tufted rugs, and then one person who had like indigo dyed fabric. So it was a cool mix, but mostly like yarn dyers. And we had people, we had one person from Denmark, which was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like, do you have a tent I can borrow? And I was like, yeah, if you're coming from Denmark, you can have anything you want. So we had somebody from Denmark, but we also had like all of our favorite local people and some people from like Pennsylvania and New Jersey. It was mostly Northeast people, but then also one person from Denmark, which was cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, how can people connect with you? Maybe if they don't live in the Boston area, how can they follow along and can they shop?
They can. So everything except for trunk shows is always up on the website.
Nice.
So it's shoppable. And trunk shows, after we send back what we're not keeping, that ends up going up on the website too. We also have a Discord. So that's through, and it's mostly for our like groups because they coordinate like hangouts and we announce things in them. Sometimes we'll do like a surprise sale just for the people in the group, but then so it could be like anybody in the Discord. So the Discord's been really cool and fun.
That is fun.
Yeah, I'm not in it. I like lurk in it. I'm not really posting it in all the time. You have
somebody like managing it for you. That's good.
So so I see things, but I don't really respond to anything. And it's always like a joke that it's like, well, we know you don't look at the Discord. And it's like, well, I'm there.
Like, I'm looking at it. I'm
not engaging in everything. Yeah. You're like, you guys got it. Yeah.
That's good.
It's really fun. And we have a Ravelry group that just started, which I'm also not running. So I have no idea what's happening over there.
Yeah.
And lots of online stuff. Our Instagram's pretty active. This week it's been a little slow, but
you're busy this week.
This has been a busy week.
Crawl.
Yeah. And I do the Yarn Crawl Instagram.
Oh, wow.
So that's mostly been my priority this week.
Yeah. That is really cool. I mean, as a shop that's newer, you're involved in so much of the community stuff.
Yeah, it's been really, the community stuff is definitely, I think that's like our thing.
Yeah.
We want like everyone to be here and hanging out and having fun and being excited about yarn. And it's great. Our community is such a range of skill level too. We have people who like take a class on Wednesday and come to our group on Sunday and are like, well, I still don't know what I'm doing on my scarf, but you could help me. And that's really nice. And we also have people who have been like, knitting or crocheting for years and years.
Yeah.
So it's really, really nice.
I love that. Yeah. Well, what's something that's coming up in the next year or so that you're excited for?
I mean, honestly, I'm already planning Fiberfest 2025. So September. So it's a long way away. Yeah. It's a year, a little under a year. But I'm hoping bigger and better, maybe a 2-day event. We have been dyeing our own in-house yarn, which I'm really excited about. And we're coming out we're going to do like a holiday collection. And then I already have our spring collection planned. So I'm really excited for those. And we have a Pride collection. We'll be updating our Pride collection for next June.
Nice.
And I'm really excited about that too. So
very cool.
Yeah. There's like a lot coming up. And then, you know, we have like, we're doing a bus trip to Rhinebeck and that'll be really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah.
That's super cool. Well, yeah, everyone definitely has to like follow along on all the things that you're doing.
Yeah, we're doing a lot.
There is just so much. The community here is really cool.
Yeah, and we're always like, I don't know, it's been the community itself I really love, and they're really welcoming to everyone too, because we'll have people who just are here for a conference, but they find their knitting group. And it's been like really nice to see them like, it's been nice to watch like friendships form in the group. Like I've made a lot of friends in the group and also see them be still so welcoming to everyone else. Because there are still like some strong friendships in it, and like they go on vacations together and it's really nice. And like a bunch of us are staying in a house in Rhinebeck together, but like it's not, I don't know, it's a non-cliquey group, which I really like. I love
that.
Yeah.
That's the best. Well, thank you so much for having us here today.
Thank you for being here.
Fun.
Yeah.